This video analysis is for ronnieklx110 on Reddit. So this is intermediate teens division, and Ronnie is the dude right here in the black shirt. Okay, so match starts off, comes in, taps the head, shoots a nice double, takes his opponent down. One thing that I really like is just his head position. Like, he gets his head like right in the center here, pushes him over with his head. Looks like the opponent's potentially trying to get a guillotine here with his left arm, but because the head is so centered, he can't get his head on the other side. And then as he takes him down, he takes him right down to side control. That was nice. Okay, so you just had to go up onto knee on belly and mount right away, just from like a tournament perspective. Always double check that you get all your points. So like hold your side, make sure you get that. When you go knee on belly, like I would just hold it for like an extra 2 seconds. You get 2 free points. I can't remember Naga scoring, if they give you points for that or not. But the other thing is when you decide to take mount here, like you get trapped up in half guard. Okay, and there's a reason for that. The way you're taking mount is extremely loose, and it's fine against a certain level of guys, but eventually something like that, your foot will just get caught all the time. Because what you see happens is, as you try to get your foot over, the opponent's right leg is going to go flat down to the mat. Or actually, like your foot kind of gets trapped up there for a little bit. So like it catches his leg, and then here his leg is going down towards the mat, and like he's sensing where your shin is. And then there he scoops up your leg. Anytime I'm out much lower. I make sure I get my knee down to the mat first, and I slide it down without unfurling my foot. Unfurling your foot early like that will oftentimes get you trapped in quarter guard. So there's the zoom in. You're trying to pass, you got a crossface, which is good. You're trying to get your leg up. See how you can't reach his knee with your foot? Okay, what you want to do is, while you're in half guard, and if that's the pass you're opting to use, you get your legs a little bit lower and circle this way with your feet. Okay, in this direction, like a semicircle in this direction. What it'll do, it'll bring his knee down towards the mat, and then once his knee's down towards the mat, you can just bring that foot over top. But because his knees are kind of in line with his body, and they're facing the ceiling, it's very difficult to catch over top of the knee. The ref stops you here. This next thing is interesting. I did not know. I don't know if you did it on purpose or what, but you end up taking top on the other side. So maybe it's just an accident, but just to be aware, anytime you're competing, especially if you're like the bottom person in this case, like don't let people reset with more than they have. Like it should be exactly the same. Like if the person's on bottom, he could be like, oh, whatever, he has half guard. But let's say the person on top knows his passing is better on this side, and if he gets to reset on this side, like it's a minor advantage for him. Again, it's not the biggest deal in the world, but if you really want to win, like small things like that can definitely add up. Yeah, this too. I don't know why this opponent is resetting with his hands wrapped around. That's just silly. Yeah, he's not playing half guard very well on bottom. Okay, so keep trying to pass. Twist your hip and you decide to start pushing that knee. You come up and take mount. That was good. One thing, like you kind of get bumped to the side. Boom, here. You're able to hold this off. Definitely open this knee out wider. Even if it means potentially risking getting this knee, your opponent bringing this knee back in front. Because if he had a little bit more push on you there, like if you bridge with both feet, you may have gone over. The other thing for that is, anytime I'm trying this pushing kind of stuff, get your hips up higher initially. Like I'd rather have my hips somewhere around here Okay, because where they're positioned right now, your body is too much in a line. So when he goes to bridge you, you can just sort of be rolled over. But if you're more bent at the hips and your hips are planted somewhere around here, it's much harder for them to rock you. Okay, you take mount and you sprawl out. Like, I'm not sure what, like, you went after his hand, then you brought your hands back up. The whole, like, Superman position, like, where you're just driving your hips into the guy with your hands are free, that's not, like, it's a good drill, but you want to cross-face him immediately. Like, you still want to drive your hips in and all that, but don't have your hands out floating. Especially, like, definitely not against an opponent that you respect. The other things, I'm not a fan. I always like to cross my feet together. I think it's a stronger position. So you're trying to go after his arms. You just keep switching side to side. Clear up under his elbow. Okay, so here you opt to, with your right leg, to step over his arm as if you're going for a triangle. Okay, if you did it, once you go here, like, you should be doing this to attack the triangle. What you want to do is both your hands pull up on his head and then you sit on his chest. You basically have all your weight go through your butt into his chest, and that allows your right leg to be light so that you can clamp it around the back of his neck, and then you can lock up the triangle and stuff. Right now your weight's too far forward, so you can't really triangle him. Yeah, this position without the leaning back and stuff, like, it provides him a chance to escape. This Kimura grip that you're going for, it's interesting. Like, from mount, you're going to have to dismount at some point. It's kind of awkward. One thing you can do is if you throw your right leg over his head, that's a pretty cool Kimura finishing position. Yeah, you also had a chance for, like, a triangle there. As he comes up here, posting on his hand, you just throw this leg in, pull his arm inside, you can get a pretty sweet triangle. You opt to, like, throw him over with the Kimura, which isn't bad. And then he goes to turtle, you try to take his back. Yeah, what I would do personally is, as he goes to turtle there, here, I'd probably try to slide my whole hook in. It looks like you have space because his knee's far back. I'll try to get that hook in. Yeah, and, like, I personally, I would start going after the back, but it looks like you're not because your leg is so high. So there you go after the armbar. It's nice. Boom. I like this. Like, you clear the other leg over. And, like, it looks here like you're going to finish. Yeah, you got it. And then his hand, like, slips out. It's hard to tell from the video. I'm not sure what's happening. I mean, at this point, whichever hand, so you decide to grab with his left hand. Grab, like, the meat of the thumb. And, like, get, like, a really good grip on it so he can't rotate his arm around. You may have been doing that, I can't tell, but I'm curious as to why he was able to still slip his arm out. Now, what he's going to do is he's going to, like, sit up, and then you keep attacking the armbar. Okay, from here, based on your leg position, because you see how his arm's under both your legs? When he comes up here, what you can do, like right around there, is just bring your left leg around and just lock a triangle. Like right there, he's just coming up right into a triangle. You can finish the match there. Okay, so you have to spin through. Speared up. Yeah, this position's dangerous. Like, he could hop his legs over. You got to be careful of that. But he spins through. And you almost get an armbar again. One thing you could have done here a little bit differently. So as he lands, you need this shin across his face because you're trying to throw this leg over, but you can't, and your hips are too much turned to your left side. So what I would do instead is, as he rolls through here, you got to really open out your right knee. Really open it wide. If it gets stuck here, maybe post a foot, like your left foot, and quickly shrimp your hips out a little bit. So again, this shin can turn out in front of his face. Then that second leg would have made it. Yeah, that was a nice attempt though. Okay, hear him passing your guard. You can't allow him to turn your hips to that extent. So when you open here, get your elbow posted into the mat so he can't turn your legs. And if he's rocking you up like this, like once you get exactly to this position, have your left foot post into the mat right around here over your head if you have the flexibility for it. Then push that off to turn your hips back in towards him, because you're just allowing your hips to get kind of like thrown off to the side. You get your underhook and escape, which is nice, but like that probably gives him an advantage at least. Okay, I'm gonna finish this off in part 2.